Hi, I'm Chris Martin, sitting here in the Martin Museum in Nazareth, Pennsylvania. I want to talk to you today about a project that we've been working on for quite a while. You're probably going to get to see this right around the time of the Nashville NAMM show in the summer of 2012. That's where we're going to introduce the new Retro project. I've been working with Larry Fishman, and the company's been working with Larry and his crew for over 20 years. Pickups have come a long way. I remember you can come and see in the museum, we used to put electric guitar pickups on acoustic guitars because that's all there was. Today we have a display of almost all of the different piezo type pickups and the accessories that go with them that we've offered over the years. The Aura, and today the Aura Plus system, are about as good as it gets. We've been working on trying to consolidate our model lineup. And in doing that, we want to honor the important aspects of our history and our heritage, and also bring the Martin guitar into the 21st century. While we were having a brainstorming discussion with Larry Fishman, talking about making a guitar that looked old and played like new, and in talking about putting the Aura Plus system in them, I leaned over to Larry, who was sitting in the room next to me, and I said, Larry, what if we were to take some of the guitars from our museum, some of the golden era guitars, and give them to you and allow you and your crew to do what you do with them the way you create Aura Plus software for new Martin guitars? And he looked at me and he had this kind of quizzical look in his eye, and I think I caught him off guard. And he said, gee, I don't know, I never really thought about that. I said, Larry, some of the guitars we have in the museum sound spectacular. All of them sound great. Some sound spectacular. And I will acknowledge there is something about golden era steel string Martin guitars that are very special, and we're very fortunate to have a couple of those in our museum. So he said, well, let me think about it. And he got back to me and he said, you know what? If we're going to do that, what we should do is use vintage microphones, or use microphones that are new, but designed with vintage heritage in mind. And I said, yeah, of course you should. He said, okay, let me see what I can do. So Larry made some calls, talked to my colleague Tim Teal, and we decided to pursue this project, which is very exciting. So I took a step back and let my colleagues run with it. Fast forward several months, I'm in Frankfurt at the Music Messe. And Larry stops by the booth and he said, Chris, remember the Retro project that you put the bug in my ear about many months ago? I said, yeah, how's it going? He said, I got to tell you, it's going really well. He said, it's going so well, I am amazed at the results we are achieving. Now, Larry's a pretty subtle guy, pretty laid back, and to see him get that excited got me excited. I thought, okay, we might be onto something here. And so we've been chasing after this project, and I've heard it. It's very special. We're introducing them at the NAMM show in July in Nashville. They should be in the stores in the late fall. I think they're going to knock you out. You need to go and check them out. I think they're the best new old-sounding guitars ever made. So here to talk about the specifics of this very exciting project is my friend and colleague, Tim Teal.
Thanks, Chris. I really want to talk to you today about our new Retro guitar series. We have 4 models in the series, 3 dreadnoughts and 1 OM. The dreadnoughts are based off of a D-45, a herringbone D-28, a D-18, and the orchestra model, which is an OM-28. Now, the whole premise with these guitars is we want to have the iconic traditional look and sound acoustically, but we also wanted to make them easy to play. So these incorporate the new high-performance neck taper, along with a modified low oval neck, and they feature the F1 Aura Plus system. This system features not only some extremely rare and boutique microphones, but it also features some sound DNA from these older guitars. And that sound DNA is infused electronically into the new guitars. To help us with this project, we needed to go to Nashville, Tennessee, and we partnered with Bill VornDick. Now, Bill is a Grammy Award-winning studio producer, and he is the go-to guy for recording acoustic instruments. His collection of rare, vintage, and boutique microphones made him the perfect choice. Let's go to Nashville and check it out.
We're in the original Nashville Moose Lodge. Started about 1955, so pretty much everybody in country music from 55, 56 up till 78 all partied here.
We're here with our friends from Martin Guitars, and we're working on a really exciting project. We're basically going to be entering a time machine. Wouldn't it be great if we could capture the sound of the authentic guitars from the museum and somehow transplant them electronically into the new Retro series?
Since we were going back to the early Martins, I wanted to gather the microphones that the Martin guitars would have first seen in recording.
Bill went to the lengths of calling in favors throughout the industry. He pulled together a collection of microphones that was astonishing.
18 different microphones that I chose to record, take it from the very first microphones all the way to the latest microphones that are out today.
Bill VornDick, really an interesting man. He is so famous for his work with acoustic recording, and I knew we were going to need the help of a real expert on the miking end of the guitar. Quite frankly, we hit it out of the ballpark. Everything came together, and the collective energy of the group pulled off something that I get goosebumps when I listen to the guitars today.
Full pickup.
Went into this thinking we could do it, and we walked away with big fat grins on our faces. I think that when you hear these guitars plugged in and understand that you're listening to some of the finest instruments that were ever conceived of in this new embodiment, you're going to totally agree that this was a historic session and something that I certainly am going to treasure, and the people that actually end up owning these instruments are going to have something very, very special indeed.
I hope you aren't overwhelmed by all that information. The proof, as they say, is in the pudding. Pick one up, plug it in, check it out. Thanks.